Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It's Jane from Michaelvan, and we're Thursday, October 13th, and the final episode, the finale of the Rings of Power comes out tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how you look at. So I just want to do a quick just a review of the last week's episode 7 of the Rings of Power. And it's not so much of an overview, it's what I've been doing for the last couple of episodes. It's just going through my list of likes and dislikes. And I was making my list, just writing down notes as I was going through the episode, and the previous weeks I kind of put like a heart or an X in front of the like or dislike. And this time I was sitting down and I didn't even put an X or a heart, I just put a no, like a big no, exclamation point, and then wrote Y. So I ended up with a list of 5 no's, just like no's, 5 things I did not like. And there's nothing that I particularly liked about this episode. Like, I guess I'm calling this video a likes and dislikes, but this time around I have no likes, and I think it stems from the fact that I was bored. I watched it on the Friday night after a pretty long day, so I was a bit tired, but I was watching it and I was just, I don't know, it didn't do anything for me. So this was my least favorite of the episodes of the first season. So yeah, big disappointment, and I will tell you why. I'll go through the list. So the first reason, or the first dislike, or the first no on my list, it's just we started the story in the Southlands, where the Númenóreans and the Southlanders in Galadriel they were getting up from the explosion of a volcano, and all of our main characters survived because science is not a thing in this show. So we're in Númenor, and there's the aftermath, and there's some interesting scenes. There's the scene of the horse whose saddle is burning, walking through the frame, and it's all just really post-apocalyptic, and very, very gruesome and dark, and it's sad. And then it was kind of interesting. We stayed there for a bit, and then we didn't. We went straight. We cut to the Harfoot, and I was just, I don't know. It wasn't that interesting. It was slow. I would have enjoyed to have stayed in the Southlands a bit longer, just because the Harfoot storyline, it's not that interesting to me. So, and the cuts to the Harfoots, kind of, I don't know, I wasn't in the mood for them. So, first, no, aka dislike. And then my second dislike on the list is that they're going forward with the whole Mithril will stop the elves from fading lines, because I don't know why, but they're sticking to that story. And this was confirmed at that moment when Durin throws the leaf on the table next to the Mithril, and then the leaf rejuvenates or heals or restores itself. So it's on my list of dislikes because we're staying to this storyline, which is completely made up, and it's not interesting, and it takes the beautiful story of the Silmarils and turns it and associates it with Mithril, which was to me very unnecessary. So that's my list of no. I'm listening to my tone right now, and I'm just I wasn't super motivated to make this video, because it's not fun to make a video when you're just talking about things that you don't like, but that's my honest to goodness reaction. So yeah, that's on my list of no's. Now my third no is, well, it's not really something particular. It's just I was sitting down are laying in bed watching the episode, and we were 26 minutes in, and I just remember just being bored. And I'm like, is it over yet? Like I was done, and you know, I still really want to like the show, but like, you know, overall the first season, I mean, unless the next episode blows our minds, but you know, it's hard. It's gonna be really hard to come back to turn this around to make it a good show. Yeah, so yeah, it's just boring and disappointing. My fourth dislike, it's the Caliborn thing. I can't. Oh my god! I don't know if I'm just done with this show or I'm just too tired to care. But the whole Galadriel telling Theo that her husband is dead, or she thinks her husband is dead, and we know that's not true. Like, the show is a prequel to Jackson's films. So with that being what it is, we know that in Jackson's films, Caliborn shows up. So like, this is just a weird plot hole that we know is not true, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. I mean, I'm glad it didn't kill him off, but it's like a waste of a story or of a development, because we just know it's not true, and now it's just like, you know, Galadriel was already problematic, and now it's just like another thing that she thinks she's not trustworthy. She's not a reliable source of information, because we know that she's severely traumatized from what happened to her brothers actually, but this show's only talking about her one brother. But you know, she's not reliable, and now she's even less so, because what she thinks she knows is not true. So it's not interesting, I guess is how I'll put it. And my final dislike, it's they want us to believe that Isildur is dead. And you know, we know that Isildur's not dead. They're just kind of knocking off what Jackson did, the Two Towers, with the horse running off to rescue Isildur. But in the second episode, when like the first moment we got introduced to Isildur, how it was introduced was him looking at the distance, and a voice saying Isildur, which brought us back to what Jackson did with Elrond yelling Isildur when they were in Mount Doom, and now I like that. I thought it was a nice callback, and the show definitely associated itself with the Jackson films. So then for them to go again with another dead or useless plot to have us believe that Isildur, well, to have Elendil think that Isildur's dead, but to maybe think that the audience won't know that. It's just, I don't know, it was cheap, it was annoying, and it's like another kind of plot hole. It's like another thing that the audience knows is not true, and now, like, you know, Elendil's gonna go through this transformation, or is going through his emotions, and you know, Elendil was interesting so far. He wasn't as grand as I was hoping he'd be, but now we have to watch him go through this journey of a father mourning his son, and we know that it's not true, so it's just like a waste. I don't know. It's a silly story, and it's just it wasn't interesting. So yeah, I'm not gonna make this video longer than it is because I don't know, it's not worth talking about negative things for that long. So look, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna watch the next episode, and we'll hopefully in my next video I'll have some energy, and maybe there'll be some things that I like. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this one. So let me know if you have any thoughts in the comments, and if you wish, like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really does help. Farewell.